Oh shit, hello everybody. Welcome back to another stream. Shit, that's the wrong scene. Hello. Thank you very much for the raid, Sparks. Hey guys, welcome on in. Wait, let's see. Holy shit, there's a lot of people here. Uh Hold on, let's see. Let's go through the list. Hello Caslo, hello Cogs, let's see. Hello Ty, hello Hodgepodge. Oh, that's a good name. Hello Sparks. Holy shit, 67? 67. Kill me. Wait, what happened to you? You've been growing like crazy. Hello, everybody. So, you know what? There's too many people for me to say hello to, but hello, everybody. Um, Welcome back. It's been about, 6 weeks, I think. I don't actually keep track of time. It's been about 6 weeks since I've last streamed. Um, there's also a large raid earlier. Okay, that explains it. But yeah, still, that's crazy. Wow. Hello, everybody. Wasn't expecting this to happen immediately. Oh, I forgot to turn on the background music. Wait, let's see. Hold on, pause, hold. There we go. Okay. There we go. Slightly better now. Um, so, yeah, I've been gone for about a month, because I have been locked in on what is absolutely the coolest thing. Oh, and Ty immediately redeems hammer time. All right. Oh, hello. Thank you for the follow, Unethical Clown. That's a good name. Oh, and thank you for the resub. Holy shit, 17 months, Ty? Jesus. That's been a long time. Um, okay, we'll go for the hammer time in just a second, but first, I want to show you guys what is undoubtedly the coolest thing I've ever made. This is, to my knowledge, the world's smallest cycloidal gearbox. So if I zoom in here, there we go. And then we make the thing focus properly, maybe? Maybe? Please? 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 Come on. Are you kidding me? I turned on, what is, hold on, let's go to manual focus. Hold on. Sorry, scuff inbound. There we go. Okay. So this is the coolest thing I've ever made. This is, oh, hello, Crow. Thank you for the 1 bit. This is the world's, as far as I can tell, this is the world's smallest cycloidal gearbox. Hold on, let me zoom in a little more so I don't have to hold it up to the camera. Let's see, zoom in, go back to manual focus, and then adjust that. Oh, 2 bits. Tynak is coming in. Mr. Moneybags over here. So yeah, this is the world's smallest cycloidal gearbox. It is a 35-to-1 ratio. And thank you for the 3 bits. Gideoneer and Crow. It's a 35-to-1 ratio in a space. This is a 20 millimeter hex. So it's smaller than the head of a bolt. Some bolts. It's almost the size of a half-inch bolt. Which is, I know, I'm mixing unit systems here, but I don't care. This is the world we live in, unfortunately. Did you see this? Yes, I did. I did, in fact, machine this from solid. Well, not from solid. There's a lot of different parts in here. Okay, you know what? Maybe. And hey, guys, guess what? I actually have something special for you today. I did actually upgrade my stream setup while I was gone. If we go over here, ta-da! We have microscope cam. Ooh, hello. Click. Hello. Here, let's see if this will be a little bit better. It is unfortunately only manual focus. And so working with it's a little bit difficult. Very shaky microscope cam. Shish. You're so wiggly. Leave it alone. So this is the motor on the backside. And you'll notice that it doesn't have any wires attached to it. And that is because I unfortunately broke the wires while I was testing it. So this one does not actually have, I can't actually run this one under power, but it does work. It does work. So if I'm spinning the backside right now, and you can see the Sharpie mark on the output stage spinning. I don't think that the shakiness right now is not actually the camera, that's my hands. Yeah, you can see the output spinning. Isn't that cool? Was that encoder I saw? It is not. It is just a brushless motor. With the I pressed the shaft through to the other side from where it is by default. Holy shit, Gideon. Wait, what was the 3-stream streak for Gideoneer? 3-stream streak for Tynek, and what was Ty's? 5 stream streak. Damn, thank you guys. How do you interface with the output? So there's a shaft that gets pressed into the end of this. And I have not pressed it in because I have not decided how long of a shaft I want to put on it. But it's a 4mm output shaft, a D shaft. Actually, okay, that's a little bit of a lie. This one used to have a shaft pressed into it, but then I tried back driving it through the shaft, and it actually spun the shaft in the press fit. So clearly it was not strong enough of a press. I stick your shaft in the tight hole. Thank you, Ty. Yeah, so that's what we're working on. Add a keyway. Yeah, let me add a keyway to this 4mm hole. Yeah, great idea. What I'm going to do is probably try knurling the output shafts before pressing it in so it has a little bit more spin resistance, or just make the press fit tighter. I haven't decided yet, but that's fine. We're here to try it out first. You could if you weren't a coward. That's true. I could, but I am a coward, and so I'm not doing it. Make a spline brooch? Oh, Lord. That sounds like a great time. Yeah. So yeah, this is what we're going to be assembling today. Now, if I switch back to my overhead cam, and let's actually turn this back to autofocus now. Yes, it's alive. It is, in fact, alive. So we have the parts for a total of 8 of these motors. So I bought 8 motors, and I've already gone ahead and disassembled them all. Let me zoom in again. Whoop. So, because it would be really hard for me to show how this works on camera, so I just did it off stream. So we have, this is what the motor looks like by default. Is it, it claims to be autofocus, and it just does not seem to be doing a goddamn thing. And I'm now realizing it would actually be way easier if I just showed you the product listing for these, because they have actually detailed images of them. Let me find those real quick. Shit. I should have prepared. Scrolling. Let's see. Scrolling. Okay, here we go. Save image. Unable to save image. Fuck you. Save image. Save image. Go back to OBS. Do you have the CAD files for your cycloidal drive on like GitHub or something? I do not yet. I probably will open source them. Yes, it is brushless. There we go. So these are the motors. This is what they looked like originally. You'll see that the output shaft is sticking out the rotor at the top here. And so what I've done is I've pressed it out the backside, because it's just much easier to interface with in this case. If you're doing normal person things like making a drone with these, then it makes more sense to have the shaft at the top. But I'm not. So I need the shaft to come out through the backside. Wow, it really doesn't give a shit about what I'm doing as far as focusing goes. Can I turn it to continuous? There we go. Oh, I was on the wrong mode. That explains it. So I need the shaft to come out through the backside here. And so we also need to make custom output shafts today for this guy. Now, the reason I've made 7 of them, there are, I should say, the reason that we're making 8 of them is twofold. Number 1, I want to. And number 2, I want to test these things, because I tested them. I assembled it with this like white lithium grease, just like because I had it lying around. It was like, oh, it's grease, it'll work fine. Unfortunately, these spin at about 48,000 RPM, and so it gets really hot really quickly. And so I was having issues with heat. And so I'm not sure if that's caused by the lubricant or just the amount of friction in there, or what exactly is going on. So we're going to test it. Today, what we're going to do is we're going to assemble 7 more of them, and we are going to make, and we are going to test them. And now the lubricants that we have are a little bit interesting, as we've got a wide variety. So we have we're going to try this stuff that I got from Home Depot. It says that it's for high speed. I don't think it's for high of a speed as I want. Add heatsink features to your gearbox housing. I mean, it's already made of aluminum. What do you want from me, man? Also, the big thing is the weight of these, because it's going into, I didn't say what they were for. This is going into a battle bot, a 1 pound weight limit combat robot. And so every gram counts for these. Also, are they sealed? No. Not really. In theory, it should be a metal-to-metal seal, but not really. So, yes, you do love lubricant choices, yes. So, we've got grease. And now, the interesting things that we're going to try, we're also going to try this red grease that I got from work. Don't know what it is, but I got it from work. Are these for the wheels or a weapon? These are for the wheels. For the weapon, you want it to spin at super high speeds, like basically as fast as you can get it. Well, not really. You want it to spin really fast for a weapon. But the wheels, you know, if you spin it too fast, you don't have enough torque, you end up, and you're just going to skid out on the track. You make battle bots? Best rate ever? Yeah, well, I'm working on it. This is here's the thing. I'm just incapable of doing anything normally. Normal people would buy these kinds of gear motors. But I'm making them for my first combat robot ever, because I'm just incapable of being normal. So, that's what we're doing. I've been working on this for like the last 6 weeks. Now, so we have 2 kinds of grease that we're going to try. We've also got whey oil, which is, if you don't know what this is, it looks like that looks like it says wax oil, but my handwriting is terrible. It says whey oil, which is the stuff that you use for, like machine tools, like lathes and mills and stuff. Honestly, I just want to try it because I have it. You read that as a Y? Okay, well, that's good. It's also dripping like crazy. That's the... Get off my hands. We have this stuff, which is spindle oil. Where is it? This is called spindle oil. It's a medium viscosity spindle oil. It's just like a lot thinner than the other stuff. I honestly think that both of these options are just going to run out of the thing, because, like, it's just going to run out of the gearbox, because it's not that well sealed. Oh, not whale. Not whale. People use frameworks. I make a new one each project. Yeah, dumb but fun. Hey, it's fun. Let's see. How are you evaluating them? Do you put a thermistor on them and measure temp for some time, or what do you do? Measure current? So we're going to try both. We're going to try 2 things here. I should probably... Hold on, let me get through the full list of things that we're going to try here. So we've got 2 kinds of grease. We've got 2 kinds of oil, so that's 4. I'm also going to try this lock dry lube stuff. Honestly, just because I have it. I feel like a dry lube might not be the worst idea here, just because it doesn't add any friction. We'll see. I kind of want to try graphite. I think this stuff is like a PTFE. Honestly, it does not say exactly what it is. It just says that it dries to be non-sticky, which would be kind of perfect, I think. We'll see. And then we're also going to try it dry. That's the other interesting thing that I want to try, is just not using any lubricant at all and seeing what it does. The thing is, the pins on the cycloid are made out of, I think they're stainless steel, and so this might go extremely poorly. We'll find out. What is the run time requirement for these? It's 3 minutes. And that's part of the reason why I'm not that worried about it, is because you can run it balls to the wall for 3 minutes and then just let it sit for 20, and it'll be fine. The problem is, if it gets too warm, then it might melt or soften the plastic housing that it's in, of the robot. And now, the last, but certainly not least lubricant that we're going to try is bacon grease. So, we had BLTs the other day for dinner, except not including the lettuce, because even though we're not in the area that as long as you don't buy the lettuce with the diarrhea parasite, you'll be fine. My mom was scared about it, so we didn't have lettuce. And so, I collected the bacon grease. And now we have it. I did not filter it at all, and so you can see that there are chunks, some chunks in there, because I scraped the bottom of the pan to get it out. So this is going to be gross. We'll see how this goes. It was absolutely disgusting to collect this. But we're gonna find out what works best. If it's the bacon, I'm gonna be really pissed because that means I really hope it's not the bacon that works the best. Now, Logic asked about the push it through a sock to filter it. You're disgusting. I know I could, but I kind of wanted to just see what it would do. Oh, incoming ad break. Wait, let's hold on. Let's snooze the ad break real quick. I go with the bacon grease just to confuse everyone at the competition. It would be pretty funny. Now, how we're gonna evaluate this is two ways, and both of them are kind of shitty. We're gonna see how it works, but we're just gonna try it and we're gonna fuck around a little bit. What we're gonna do, I have this infrared thermometer, but it turns out I tried this before, and it turns out that it is not accurate on aluminum. I ran one for 3 minutes as fast as I could, and then oh hey, thank you for the follow. Mothman ate my butt. That's a good name. Turns out it's not very good at aluminum. I ran it for 3 minutes. The temperature didn't change according to this, but if you touch it, your finger, you start to burn. So it's clearly wrong. We're gonna try like covering it in Sharpie and seeing if that works. I don't know if it will, but we have the option. And then the other thing that we're gonna do is we're gonna try and measure the current draw with a multimeter. Here's the thing. I did steal this is not my multimeter. I stole this from my robotics club. So I can't do anything sketchy to modify it to make this work. I didn't mean to turn that on. Because my multimeter doesn't have current measuring capabilities. So we're gonna see how this works. I get thrown out for culturally insensitive lubricant. What a sentence. Culturally sensitive lubricant. I have to dial in my thermometer based on reflectivity. Could that be the issue? Maybe. This doesn't have that. This is cheap ass like food thermometer. It's not meant for this. I did consider stealing the one from work, and then I forgot to steal the one from work. So, whoops. Oh, so is yours? Oh, well, I don't think I have the option to dial it in based on reflectivity for this one. Like, it is cheap. Let me put all of these to the side. Including the disgusting bacon grease. And, oh, there's oil on the fucking, ew, gross. You could put a piece of tape on it and then just wait longer. Actually, tape might be better than Sharpie now that you say it. Yeah, that's probably a good idea. We'll try that. Yeah, we'll see how it goes. It's been so long. I've kind of forgotten how to do this. This is the... Or paint. Yeah. Yeah, there are a lot of options here. Ooh, I should have grabbed a paint pen. I think we have a bunch of them inside, and I didn't grab any. Oh, well. So yeah, we've got all of these parts that I made, which it doesn't look like a lot because they're all so small, but this represents about 2 weeks of work. It's ridiculous. I get 5. Yeah, coming up on Ready Steady. Ready gets 5 kinds of slimy motors. Will they burn up? Bacon grease. Does it work in a robot? Find out. All this and more. Wow. I already clicked on the stream. You don't need to sell at me on it anymore. No. Awful. Oh, speaking of awful, let me know if my audio is bad or if you can like hear anything, because I did change how the audio suppression works a little bit. and I think I got it dialed in, but I don't remember if I changed it back or something. I don't know. Just double check it. You had to redeem to get oiled up, 30k channel points. Oh, no, I don't think that needs to be a redeem. I end up doing that anyway. Will the bacon grease make you hungry during operation? I think there's only one way to find out. We'll have to figure it out. Okay, I just remembered that Ty redeemed a hammer time several minutes ago. Speaking of awful, hello reptile. That would have been funny, but no. In case anyone was wondering what hubris looks like, I made my V0 is what I called it, the first version of this. I fully expect it to work, and so in a moment of absolute hubris, I made and completely finished. Oh god, I almost spilled all over the parts. I made and produced all of these parts, more than a dozen of them, without testing them. Because I don't know, I'm fucking stupid. So we have a lot of, this is all scrap. This is all garbage now. And so Ty requested a hammer time redeem. And so I believe that one of these will be absolutely perfect for such a thing. Let's go ahead and zoom in on that bad boy. Let's see. All right, here we go. And just so you know, each one of these takes about an hour to make in total. And so, yeah. Well, no, it's probably closer to 40 minutes. So yeah, this is what we're looking at. Oh, it's an ad. Okay. Yeah, all right. Okay, I'll wait for the ads. Hold on. Yeah. You gotta love the capitalism. I'll escape to the one place who hasn't been corrupted by capitalism. Space. Cinema. Oh, Techno Penguin. I don't know if you can hear me because of ads. Ads are great. We love ads. Yay, yippee. Except it has, though. Yeah. Space has been very corrupted by capitalism, unfortunately. Or fortunately, if you're Musk. Wait. Yeah, meanwhile, Tesla Roadster in bright red floats past. Yes, exactly. Okay. I think everyone should be back from the ads now. All right. So, yeah. This is one of the scrapped parts. It's only been scrapped. Like, the part itself is good. It's just been scrapped because the design was bad. Did I ever get my hammer time? You just did. You're about to. So, this is one of the bad parts that I produce. That I produced about a dozen of, because I had the hubris of assuming that my design would work on the first try. And so, we're going to destroy about an hour's worth of work in one fell swoop. Wow, wait, holy shit, it took that like a champ. Wait, that was way less interesting than I thought it would be. There's a big dent there. There's some damage to that. But, like, actually, that was not bad. There's a dent in my table, is there? Oh, shit, there is. Oh, shit. Oh, man. Oh. Okay, well. Whoops. Okay. That's fine. Metal plate under it? Yeah, that would probably be a good idea. Do I have anything small enough to do? Because I want to hit it again. That was kind of boring. Do I have anything, like, reasonably small that I could use for this? All the, like, metal plates that I have are fucking huge, I think. Let's see. I could use this. Yeah, let's do this. I blinked. Can you do that again? Yes. I have a vise, though. Okay, this is a Harbor Freight quality vise. That's not going to work. It's a Harbor Freight, like, articulating vise. It is not good. What's the diameter for the pins? The gearbox? 1 millimeter. They're very small. Okay, let's do it again. I'm also kind of curious how well they'll survive because of, like, you know, it is going into a combat situation, you know? So this is kind of an interesting test. So here we go. It was kind of a mild hit, so it dented. I hit right on the edge, on the weakest part right there. And it looks like it pushed in the center bit and kind of crushed that hole. And it looks like it's definitely fucked up now. The holes are no longer like a circle. It's like an oval, a bolt hole oval. Hold on, now let's hit the face of it like this. Did I miss? No, I didn't miss. Yeah, there's a big old dent in there. Yeah, that's the sad thing about this, is like, I'm doing all of this, I'm making these nice precision things. It might be better if it was assembled. Yeah, it probably would be. I'll split it with a chisel. Oh, could I do that? I don't know. This is kind of thick. I probably could if I hit it hard enough. Hit it with the balls. That's a sentence. That's a sentence right there. Hit it with the balls. Thank you very much. Why are we abusing our housing? Well, I redeemed a hammer time. That's why. And that was a scrapped one anyway. And also hello, Stuffy. Let's see. And Tallarine redeemed an earthquake. And wait, let's see. Let's go back to microscope layout. Microscope land. Hold on. Let's see. Let's go back over here. Let's focus. There we go. And now I can do a proper earthquake. Because before, the earthquake does not really work. Because it was too stable. But now that I have a nice, sketchy microscope arm, whoa! It's an earthquake! Whoa! Oh my god, we're all gonna die! Whoa! Whoa! Clap, 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 clap. Thank you, there. There we go, there we go. I am back. Hello, Caffeinated Dream. Welcome on in. Alright, there we go. Wait, is this? No, that's right. Okay. Yeah, I am in fact alive. So, first thing we're gonna do today. Yeah, and now that we've gotten all our preamble over, let me put this back before I lose track of what parts are what. Let me put this big metal plate back. All right. Now, first thing we need to do is deburr the smallest part of the assembly. And I waited to do these until it was on stream because I thought it would be kind of interesting. Even though deburring is normally the worst part of machining, but they're so small, and this microscope zooms in so much, I thought it would be kind of neat. So let's see here. Well, let me find one that I did deburr a couple of these off camera as a test. Here we go. Okay. So, this is the smallest part of the entire assembly. Well, the smallest custom part, I should say. Machining goes brr. Yes. Hold on. Sorry, this microscope is not very good. The white balance sucks. So, it's kind of a blown out image. It is what it is. I'm already considering returning this and getting a new one. Like a nicer one, because this is annoying me. But, you know, it'll work for today. So this is the smallest part of the assembly. It is a 3 millimeter diameter here and here. And you can see that it's out of center. It's off center here, like the two halves. Oops. I have dropped several of these already, and they've just been lost to the void. So I'm trying to be very careful with this one. So you can see that these two pieces are off-center relative to each other, and that is intentional. This is the eccentric shaft that drives the whole gearbox. Shitballs! Okay. I found it. It's fine. We're fine. Let's get this guy into the vise before it goes anywhere funny. Hold on. Okay, let's do that. There we go. Now, for scale, for sense of scale with how ridiculous this is, there you go. There's a piece of rice. Dry, uncooked rice. And right next to the part. There we go. It's, ridiculous. Pretty... Okay, but what rice? Yeah, I know. It's, I think it was white jasmine rice. I don't know. It's rice-flavored rice. What do you want from me? Damn, you're that prepared? Yeah, I'm that prepared. I grabbed a baggie of rice. Here, wait. I'm so prepared. I grabbed a baggie of rice for stream. I'm a professional. A piece of rice next to a grain of work. Yeah, exactly. I don't know how long it took me to get the 3 stream streak. Well, yeah, probably. It's going to be at least a month because I haven't streamed in a month. It needs to be smaller. Don't tempt me. Holy production quality. Yeah, I know. It's, we're moving up in the world, people. Come here. Okay. Let's see. So, this is the side that I didn't... Technically more cooking than an Ori stream. That's true. Hold on. Other than her, like, pancake stream. So... God, this... I should get a better microscope. This is already annoying me. I should have gotten a nicer one. For, like, $100 more. But that's, like, triple the price. What if I turn off the... Okay, that's a little bit better. Maybe. Okay. Whatever. I'm doing my best here, okay? So you can see here that there's like a big old burr that sticks up here. And that is the part where I parted it off. Did you go with the ultra cheap one? I went like a step up from the one that you recommended, Sparks. I went for the one... Here, actually, hold on. Let me put my workbench off of the casters so that it's not quite as unstable. Because, like, we're not going anywhere today. Give me a second. I went for a step up above... Oh, God. Okay, we're fine. Free earthquake. I went for a step up above the one that you suggested. And it's one that had an integrated, like, a boom arm thingy to it. Which I wanted because it'd be a lot easier to position around. Because I want to get, like, weird angles like this. Because, like, I'm looking at this thing from the side. Because I think it'll be a little bit better of a shot. Probably not the one I suggested with how this wobbles. Yeah, not the highest quality one. I am considering returning this thing and getting a better one, though. But yeah, there we go. And it's still wobbly. Oh, well, I mean, I'm not doing a whole lot of, like, wobbly kind of work. So, it should be okay. It'll do just fine for now. Oh, and something else I didn't mention. Originally, I was only going to make 4 of these. I'm making 8. Because I'm going to use 2 for my robot, and then I'm going to have 2 for spares. Because, you know, it's a combat robot. It's going to get destroyed. Something's going to go wrong. I got to have spares. But I've been posting pictures of this thing as I've been working on it. And I actually had someone locally ask if he could buy one. Because he wanted to, just because he wanted to try it. And see how it goes. Because he's also working on an experimental speed controller. That wasn't the highest quality. It was the trinocular long throw microscope at 500 USD. I don't remember anymore. That sounds about right, though. So, we're actually going to be making these for someone else, which is pretty neat. We haven't really talked about a price, but honestly, I don't really care about the price because I'm considering it more of a R&D kind of a thing. Like, he's helping me test them. So I don't really care how much money I actually make, even though I nominally, these should cost him, if I went by our normal shop rate, when we try to quote things, we try to quote parts at like $100 an hour, which is very steep. But that includes the labor and the, well, it's $100 an hour plus material. And so that includes things like the tooling, the machines, the labor, and the consumables. So it's a lot of stuff that has to go into it. So it comes out to be really expensive. In theory, one of these should be like $400. One of these motors, with how long they took me to make. But I'm very lucky, so I get to do things like this for free because my boss is awesome. Let's see. You can see the part kind of wobbling in the vise here, and that is why I don't like the soft jaws of this thing. Well, let me see if I can put it deeper into it. But yeah, I am not going to be charging him $500 or $400 or whatever I said, for one of these because that would be insane. He is a college student. He cannot afford that. No one should afford that. That's stupid. But I'm just going to be using his experience as testing. Swap the rubber jaws for some copper sheet. I don't have copper sheet. Oh, I do have... now that you say it, I do have this copper refrigerator tubing. We could make soft jaws. We're not going to do that. We're not going to get... we're not going to get sidetracked immediately. We're not going to do that. I'm going to be a good streamer. I'm going to stick to the planned stream. Yes. Aluminum? Maybe. I do have a thin sheet of that, yeah. These work. It's fine. It just shifts a little bit. I just have to be careful with it. Plus, you can see that we don't need to do very much because the thing is so small. Hello, apples. Welcome on in. What we need is a sand bath and some chains. Wait, what? Oh, I got the joke. I stress testing them with the regular sand bath. Yeah. Yeah. Wait, I mean, I could. So also part of the reason there's such a large burr on this, clearly your finger is huge and the metal thing is normal sized. Yes, exactly. It's very normal sized. That really looks like just like a gun barrel, doesn't it? But that's the air gun. Because I want to clean it. So I made a video a while ago about making these tiny little things because I thought it was neat, and I got some questions about it after I posted pictures of them. And so I made a video, and in that video I used wire cutters to cut them off of the rest of the stock, and I've since realized that that does not work properly because the force of the wire cutters actually squishes them out of round. Hello, Rank. Thank you for the 9 months. Holy shit. Oh my gosh, that's a long time. It's so insane how time works and how long I've been doing this. Even though I've been gone for like a month and a half. Hey Digza, welcome on in. So here now we're just going to chamfer the hole. Oh yeah, so I got distracted. The wire cutters actually squish them out of round by about half a thou, which is enough to make it not work properly anymore, which is absurd. So I've started, um, since then, what I started doing is using a needle file to actually saw them off like a saw blade, like a hacksaw, and that would seem to work pretty well. Um, and that's why there's such an absurd burr there. My last stream was like last week, Wednesday. Yeah, sure, we can go with that. 9 months. That's like 7 streams. Yeah. Let's see. I also got this stuff. This is called, I think it's called Rodico. I mean, I have the box right here. Yeah, it's called Rodico. It's stuff that watchmakers use, apparently. And basically, it's just sticky tack. And it helps, it just like picks up parts. It picks up junk off of small parts. That's what it's supposed to do, anyway. So let's see. There's a little bit more of a burr right there. Let me just scrape that away. We have these kinds of deburring knives at work, but I bought my own because they're always dull at work. And so I bought my own, and it is very nice when they're sharp. My stream was long enough ago that past broadcast list no streams, so 90 plus days. Wait, no, that's not right. My last stream was in June, like June 27th. That's not right. But I don't have partner. I think that's true if you have partner, but if you don't have partner, if you're only affiliate, it only lasts for 2 weeks. June 27th, 2020. You shut your mouth. But yeah, affiliate streams only last, VODs only last for 2 weeks. All right, so that one's pretty good. All right. Let's see, how's the other side looking? This side shouldn't be that bad. Yeah, that one's fine. I finished the face with some 1000 grit. Nah, it doesn't need to be that good, because that face that doesn't actually do anything. What are you working on? No, I'm working on... Oh, Turbo bumps it up a little longer? I didn't know that. That's interesting. 5 stream streak. That's right, 10 months of streams. You guys are so mean. I'm a busy guy, okay? No, Digza, this is the world's smallest cycloidal gearbox. And this is the eccentric pins for it. The reason we're not finishing the face at all, and like I don't really care all that much, is because that face doesn't do anything for me. It's not that big of a deal. You can also see on some of them that when I cut it off with the needle file, I fucked up a little bit and I scarred the surface, which sucks. But, you know, it just is what it is. It doesn't really do anything, so it's fine. It's fine. We're making bump stops. It's not TOS. Yeah. Yes, everything's fine. Monka TOS. I'm not mean, I'm just a liar. Looks like a pain to assemble? Correct. But that's what we're doing today. I've kind of procrastinated assembling these because I wanted to do it on stream because I thought that would be kind of neat. And then I procrastinated stream because I kind of felt like shit and I didn't feel like I would do a good job. So I have not done these properly for a while. I have not assembled these for a while. Hello, Ting. Welcome on in. So let's see. We're just trying to remove the burr right there so we can insert the shaft. So we're gonna... we'll also need to cut down the output shafts, or the input shaft, sorry. I bought this pre-ground material from Amazon, but, whatever, it works. Do I need more light? Microscope is not good. I should have bought a better microscope. There we go. Let's see. We're just trying to remove the little secondary burr that I pushed up by doing this. Ah! I dropped it. It's fine. Oh yeah, so I bought this pre-ground material from Amazon, but it works. Is this side the offset shaft? Yes, yes it is. Um, this is the eccentric shaft for the gearbox. Here, wait, I think I have. Hold on, let's clean that off real quick. Checking out some good arts and crafts. Yes, sir. That's what we're doing. Oh my god, I almost just spilled all of the parts. Um, let's see. So if I go back, let's go back here. That's the wrong scene. Here we go. We can see one that's already assembled here. Oh, well, mostly assembled here. So we've got the motor on the backside, and we have one of the cycloids here, and then that small yellow part in the center, that is the eccentric shaft. That's what we're working on right now. And so it's offset by I think 0.15 millimeters. They're stupid. So, yeah. Well, yeah, there we go. There it is. So if we go back over here, it's really hard to tell with these things how deburred it is. I think I'm gonna change the camera angle a little bit so it's a little easier to see, maybe. Maybe that's a little better. Let's see. Let's see. So this is, I think I already said this. It's called Rodico. I bought this stuff ages ago, and I don't remember why I bought it, to be honest with you. I learned about it from a Chronova engineering video, or maybe it was a Stefan Gottsventer video. I don't remember, but I bought it off of their recommendation, and I gotta say, it does work quite well. Even though I bought it, I don't know why I bought it, but it does work for the purpose of cleaning small parts, which is great. So yeah, that one's done. There's not a whole lot that we need to do to these. There are several. At 45,000 RPM, the balance must be interesting. Yeah, so I'm not honestly, I'm not balancing them properly, which is not the best idea, but it does work. It does vibrate a bit at that high speed, but it's not as bad as you'd probably expect. The whole thing with the having two cycloids is that you have they're supposed to balance each other out a little bit. If you want extreme speeds, which I think this does count as extreme speeds, but if you really care about the vibrations, you use 3 cycloids to cancel out all of the vibration pretty much. But I'm not doing that. I don't know. I don't know enough about how vibrations work to do the math to figure out how to do that. Yeah, that's a better angle, I think. So now I just need to come in and clean up the secondary burr. Bronze is so nice to work with. It's a little bit hard to deburr because it's kind of grabby. And it's so soft that if you're not careful, it will just do weird things, but, you know, it's fine. Let's see, let's just tap that in. There we go. Okay. Let's see. Got to be careful. Okay, I think that's good enough. Yeah, that'll work. Let me see here. How many others do I need to do? Like I said, I did do some of these off camera while practicing, and then I didn't actually sort them out, so I don't know which ones I have and haven't done. I have to check them out. That one's done. This one is not done. This is gonna be easier with the tweezers. Hold on. Wait. This is hard. This is... I'm just gonna say it right now. This is way harder to do on camera than off camera. Precision engineering plus bacon grease equals my stream. Yes. That's pretty much what we're doing here. We're doing precision engineering plus random bullshit for funsies. Yeah, that does describe me pretty well, doesn't it? Let's see. Man, you can really tell that I'm not actually setting this square when it's on the microscope. I can't tell it from my perspective, though, which is kind of neat. Okay, so I'm just going to come in and just take off that secondary burr that we just created. It is not focused. Oh, maybe it is focused and it just sucks. Oh, I regret this microscope so much. Okay. But it's okay. It's just what we're going to live with. I haven't streamed in like a month. So it's better than nothing, which is what it would have been otherwise. And depending on your take of bacon, the carcinogen maxing tag is app. Yeah, that's true. I forgot about that tag. It's such a good one. I love that tag. Yeah, what is it? Increases rate of heart disease. Wait, I thought it was heart disease, not bacon or not cancer. Oops. Yeah. This vice is also. I like this vice a lot for little fiddly work like this, but it does have. It uses like a vacuum base on it, and it does move around a lot. Let's see if I can clean this out a little bit. There we go. You want your bacon to be 1 or 2 steps short of charcoal? And you know what? Fair enough. If that's what you're into, I'm not going to stop you. Okay. Slap back over there. There's only 3 left in the pile. And that one's already done. Whoops, and I just knocked over the vise. And that one's already done. And this one is not done. Okay. Well, let's get that lower in the vise so it gets a little bit better of a grip. Come on. I am not good at this. There we go. Ads. And back, really, Twitch? One short smartphone ad? Yeah, hey, at least it was a short one. That's good. Yeah, the ads are obnoxious. Unfortunately, cannot be disabled. I can't turn them off. Well, I can turn them off, but it would mean that every time you come into the stream, you get like 3 minutes of unskippable ads, which would turn a lot of people off because that sucks. Okay, there we go. You block, kill the ads, please. Mods, kill this man. Guards, seize him. I do love my uBlock origin. It's so good. It does not seem to work for Twitch ads, though. I think they encode them directly into the video stream, and so it doesn't work. Something interesting, though, is that you can mute the feed, and with Firefox, the picture-in-picture feature, you know, like if you're on desktop, the little picture-in-picture feature, that actually still has audio, which is interesting. I don't know how that works. But it does. You have to manually unmute it. It's 50-50, but it works on this PC, but not the other? That's interesting. That's really weird. What the fuck? Twitch is built on, like... I don't even know. It's built on, like, you know, ancient Indian burial grounds. Their code just works through, like, vibes. You know, it just kind of doesn't. If it works, it's a good day. If it doesn't, it's a bad day. It happened, you know. Who knows? Okay, that's decent. So let's pick this guy back out. And that was actually the last one. That was very fast, which is good. Let me put these. I've been actually they're so small that I've been using an end mill container to hold them. Because otherwise it would be they'd just be going everywhere. Twitch is built on the skeleton of Justin TV with FFmpeg and IRC. It's a miracle it actually works. Yeah, it is pretty neat. I found it fascinating that they actually use IRC for that. I kind of didn't know that IRC was still being used as a protocol. I think it's a protocol, right? I don't know. What did I do? I think I'm stupid. What did I? Oh, here it is. Okay. So yeah, I just dumped all of the parts into this little tube, which is normally used for end mills. But they're so small that I can fit an entire tube of parts into there. All right. So next up on the agenda, we need to make the output shafts. Sorry, the input shafts. And that's very simple. All we need to do is we take this. Wikipedia's backup communications channel is still IRC. Wait, they have backup communications channel? Wait, what is it? Like, in case of what? In case the world explodes? What's that even mean? So yeah, this is just a pre-ground 1.5 millimeter diameter shafting from it's actually just from Amazon. But it does the job just fine. It's reasonably straight. In case the site is down. Oh, huh. I mean, I guess it makes sense. Like, IRC is pretty reliable and stable, isn't it? A lot of the internet still works on 90s protocols with fixes duct tape onto them. That's what I mean, I know about that much. I mean, I think a lot of the world does. Because, you know, if the fixes work, then the fixes work. And you can't really argue with that too much. So yeah, all we need to do is take a Dremel and cut off a length of this. And then we have our input shaft that we can press into the rotor here. And so now I just need to remember how long to make these. Because I don't. Let's see, where are my calipers? Calipers are in my backpack, which is over here. I'll also let you guys know right now that it is very hot in here. Well, it's getting hot. I have an AC going, and it's doing its best, but it is, you know, summer, and I'm in a garage. It's very warm. And actually, I need to go to the bathroom, so I'm going to, hold on, let's go back to BRB. Let's, hold on, how do I run an ad? I recently ran an ad. Fuck! Okay. Well, I can't run ads, apparently, so we are just going to listen to music real quick, and then I will be right back. Okay, I'm back. Hello. Uh, yeah, sorry, bathroom breaks take a while because I am outside. Wait, let me turn on that. Let's go back over here, and we do that. That's the wrong fucking scene. Why do I even have this still? Hold on. What if I just remove this? Get rid of this. I just keep clicking on it for no reason. Unexpected Banger? Oh, dude, I love that song. It's a really good one. Here, I'll post the link in chat. Let's see. It's called Bubblegum Bitch by Marina. A lot of her songs are really good. I found her recently-ish, I think. I don't remember actually when I found her. Time is like a miracle. That's not what I wanted to say. Time is like a... Yeah. Oh, dude, I am cooked. I am cooked beyond belief. Holy shit. Ah, very coherent sentences, yes. Okay, so, we need to cut this down to the appropriate length. We're going to use a Dremel, even though I could probably get away with wire cutters. We're going to use a Dremel, because I can. So, let's see. I don't remember how long I need to make this, so let's just measure it, based on some of the existing ones. Let's see, this needs to sit, I think 6 millimeters away. So this needs to be at least 6 millimeters long here. Yep, 6 millimeters there. And then from here to here. Hold on, let me actually zoom in. Whoop, there we go. So all I'm doing is measuring the existing one because I don't want to like look at the CAD and figure it out. So I would have to boot up my other profile of Firefox. I'd have to like pull up Onshape. I'd have to measure things. I don't want to do that. So we're just going to measure the existing one. Let's see. That's about, what is that, 14 millimeters? 14 millimeters plus 6 millimeters. So we need to cut it to 20 millimeters exactly. I'm going to cut it to 21 or 22, I think. I'm going to cut it to 21 because I want to grind a chamfer onto this so that it's easy to press in. And I don't want to have the chamfer make it lose... How do I explain this? I don't want the chamfer to make it lose the surface area for it to grip, if that makes sense. I don't know if that makes sense, but that's what we're doing. Let's see, those are the V0 parts. Let me put these away before I lose them again, like an idiot. I do have some of them assembled. Where are they? Here they are. So yeah, we need to make a total of 10 of these. We've got 2 done already. Well, no, I don't need 10. I need 8. And we've got 2 done already, so I only need 6. I could do math. Counting good. Yes. Me count good. Wait, am I live? Yeah, I am still live. Okay, we're good. You just blew the fuse going to your brand new several €100 tool changer hot end? Well, at least it was only a fuse. I guess that's why they're there. But that is rough. Hello, Pioneer. Welcome on in. Cooked it a bit too hard in the chamber? That's unfortunate. So, where did my Sharpie go? Here it is. At least my installation is working well. Yeah, that's a good thing. So yeah, I guess I didn't realize how close you were with your printer project. If you're already to the point of testing things out, and like you were running it earlier. Let's see, 21 millimeters. It's right here. I didn't think that it would be that fast. for you to get it up and running, to be honest. I guess that's just because I'm used to the pace of my projects, which is excruciatingly slow. I was printing until I wasn't. Ah, no, that's the way it goes. That's the way she goes. Let's see. They do tend to do that. Well, let me clean my desk off so I don't get crud all over my calipers. There we go. All right. So we're going to mark you. This is difficult because it's so small. It's not a big deal if I cut it too long, because the motor shaft will just stick out the backside. So we're going to err on the side of a little bit long. Okay, so there's one mark. And then, let's see, 2. There's our second mark. Okay. I'll be lurking, but love you all. All right, well, hey, thank you for coming by. I appreciate the lurks. I know this is not exactly the most engaging stream, but I am doing my best here. Let's see. So I need the Dremel, or the off-brand equivalent. I mean, it is a Craftsman one from like 20 years ago, so it's decent. It's a decent quality Dremel. I'm just not very good at using it. All right, there's that. The cutting disc. And now, let's see, let's unfurl the cord. Plug it into the thing that's right behind you. Yeah. Try not to make a mess of everything. Well, let's just scoot. Oh, wait. Okay. That was almost bad. I just realized all of the motors have magnets in them. I was about to spray grinding dust all over them. That would have been very painful to clean out. Let's not do that, actually. Let's put them back into your bag. Ooh, okay. Yeah, back into your cage. Boop, 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 boop. All right, that's a lot better. Okay. It is engaging. I just don't know what to comment on since I've just entered the stream and I'm going to be working alongside you. Well, hey, that's good. I appreciate that. Let's see. Let's zoom. All right. Oh yeah. I don't know how well the audio expression is going to work. Actually, I can just turn on the monitor. I forget that that's a thing that I can just do. I can just turn it on to monitor and output. Oh, now I can hear myself. Oh, gross. I'm so sorry. You all have to listen to this. Yucky. Ew, do I sound like that normal? Wait a minute. Hello? Is that what I'm supposed to sound like? What if I take off the mask? Hello? Is that better? Is that worse? Ugh. Okay, whatever. We're gonna live with that for a minute. Let's see how the noise suppression goes. Hello? Hold on. I can't tell if it sounds bad because of the everything else or because my oh man. Okay. Here's the problem. This fucks with my head. I'm listening to myself on like a, I don't know, half-second delay or so. And it's really messing with my train of thought. Let me mute that for myself real quick. So, what I was trying to say is that I can't tell if the noise suppression is making my voice sound weird, or if it's because of like all of the background noise that I'm hearing, like the fan going in the background, the Dremel going and stuff. So let's try that again. I just put on a set of these guys over top my earbuds, and we'll see how this goes. Let me unmute that for myself now, and I can hear my awful voice. Hearing my own voice too. Yeah, I know it's a common thing for a lot of people, and like, singers and whatever, and music people have to get over it. But it sounds bad. I don't. I know that it's like every universal person hates it, but blah, 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 blah. Yeah, that's my formal thoughts on it. Okay, and now the air compressor stuff. I don't. You can hear me now. Can you? I think you can hear me. Uh, Not really. Okay. Yeah. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Not really, but we kind of grasp what you were saying. Okay. Okay. Hello. I'm back. Um, I changed the noise suppression setup from like the Windows default ones to within OBS, because wait, why did I change that? I changed it for some reason. I don't remember what the reason was, but clearly it's not quite as good. It still seems to be decent though. Let's see how it does with the Dremel. I think you read my comment just now. Yes, I did. AM radio host. Yeah, yeah, we can go with that. Okay, let's see how the Dremel goes. If it makes you all feel better, the voice you hear on recording is the one everyone else hears. No, it doesn't make me feel better. It makes me feel worse. I feel it's yucky. I don't like that voice. But let's see how the Dremel goes. Okay, so I heard the spin up of that. Hello? Okay. It sounds like I'm like on a phone or something. Eh, whatever. I don't know. Okay. I am now realizing that that was behind chat entirely. So that was completely hidden. Good job. Of course, sports from the Okay. Ow, that's hot. Ow. Okay. Do I have water? Yeah, I do. Okay. Let me grab a bucket of water. It's a bucket of water with titanium scrap in it, actually. This is the one that I used to extinguish the titanium fire. Or not really extinguish it, but I dunked the titanium into it for funsies. So let's just cool this down real quick. Bloop. Bloop. There we go. The problem I see it has to do with the bones. Your voice takes a different route to your ears. Yeah, titanium fire. Yeah, I guess without context, that's kind of an insane sentence. Yeah, someone redeemed irresponsible fire, and so I set a bunch of titanium turnings on fire for fun. Yippee! So you can see the remnants of that at the bottom. And sounds like fun. Yes, yes, it was. I may have lost a little bit of the hair on my finger because it like poofed up when I stuck it into the water, and then it just got that hair off my finger. Oddly enough, if you do a lot of recording, the voice in your head becomes the one on recording. Oh, I thought you just got used to it. That's really weird. I didn't know that. Huh. The more you know. All right, so now what we need to do... Well, no, I don't really need to do that yet. We can do that at the end. So let's just mark more of these and cut them out. So let's see. I'm still set at 22 millimeters. Actually, before we do that, let's actually sanity check this. Make sure I didn't fuck up the measurements or something. Let's see, where the hell is the one that was partially assembled? You. Okay. So let's see. Yeah, that's... Oh, wait, that's out of frame. Whoops. Yeah, that's about right. 1 precision, good enough. Yeah, cool. So, now we just gotta do that a couple more times. We're gonna mark twice. 1 at each end, because I don't trust it, or I don't trust the curve of the blade, and I don't trust myself to cut it accurately enough to mark multiple lengths at once, so if I just do 1 from each end, then it's fine. Hopefully that made a little bit of sense, but I don't know if it did. Something else we'll need to do to these is stick them in a drill. Oh, that was a little short. Stick them in a drill and roughen up the edge, because I'm not just relying on a press fit to connect the eccentric shafts, I'm also using this retaining compound. It's Loctite, but a different flavor, different brand. It's supposed to be for, well, this exact purpose. It's for enhancing press fits. Oh, excuse me. It's burped. Gross. So, but this stuff does not work well on stainless steel and high polished surface, so I'm gonna rough it up so it hopefully gives sticks. Mine is the same for IRL plus recording, but a long time ago they were different, because you need to correspond to get to the track you want. Wait, to get the track you want? But a long time ago they were different, because you need to correspond to get the track you want. Yeah, wait, what do you mean by the track you want? That's the part confusing me here. When recording music? Oh, okay. Oh, vocal track. Duh. Okay, I'm gonna free dunk this one in water, so hopefully not get it quite as thick. That kind of worked. Okay. Yeah, it's alright. Ah, fuck, that's hot. Who would have thunk? Amazing. Okay, I feel like I should sound better than this. Like the audio quality in general. I don't know if that's just my head. It's also totally possible that it's just my headphones. What if I turn off noise suppression entirely? I have a limiter. I think that makes sense. Compressor. I don't know if I need that. I don't know if that's gonna fuck it up. I don't know what I'm doing, man. How do I sound? About the same. Okay, whatever. We're gonna live with it. I should stop doing this. Does it take the same as Loctite? I don't know. Oh my god, that's a stream right there. Is a Loctite taste test. See if the off-brand stuff is just as good as the original. So now we got to do one more of these. One precision Sharpie mark. Bloop, right there. And right there. There we go. Thread lock tasty list. Yeah. Oh boy. Content. The content must flow. Well, so now that I have no noise suppression on, this should be loud. Oh, it's not that bad. Oh god, hearing this twice in my ears is weird. Yeah, hearing the noises of the Dremel twice, like echoed, is really weird. It's trippy. I'm gonna mute for a second. Okay, well, if it's that bad, then maybe I need to turn it off. I don't know, what did everyone else think? Was it that miserable? Why did that mess with the white balance? Oh, it did, you're right. Huh. Yeah, it's fine, okay. Well, it adds to... Anyway, so who cares? My hands are just too pale. Yeah, that sounds about right. I don't go outside enough. Like, I have a job, but a job doesn't involve going outside. Okay. So there are the 8... Well, no, this is 6 of them. I have 2 already pre-assembled. Well, okay, you know what? We're just gonna finish off this length of shafting, because I can. It's already done. So let's just fix this. Mark this out, sorry. So, bump that up against here. Mark that guy about there. And then can I get 2 lengths out of this? Oh, I can't. Lucky days. It's kind of weird having my own voice in my ear is really trippy. I think the noise is fine, but I think the Dremel might give the feeling of being at the dentist. Yeah, that's a good point. I really need to figure out a way of doing this. Let's do this. Let's turn the noise suppression back on. Having my own voice in my head, it makes me almost wait. It brings up the instinct of like not trying to talk or trying not to talk over someone, and so I wait for the echo to be done before I keep talking, unless I'm like actively trying to talk over it again. It's very odd. Because it sounds like a different person, even though I know mentally it's me. I'm aware that it's me. It sounds like my voice as far as recording goes, but it still instinctually makes me not want to talk over someone. Reddy's Discount Dentistry. Call now. Call now today. 99999. Or no, wait. What is it? 801? Or no, 1-800? Yeah, 1-800 dash of tooth. Hey, Arkin, welcome on in. I have mic monitoring on my audio setup, but it's fast enough that it's fine. Yeah, I mean, I'm sure if you get used to it, it'll be fine. It's just confusing. Should be a hand model. Ah, yes. Wow, I really do mess with the white balance, don't I? That's really funny. Watch that. Whoa, 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 whoa. Yeah, it should be a hand model with all of the like injuries and stuff all over my fingers. That'll be great. I'm sure they would love that. Okay. Now let's just wiggle that off. And let's move back on. Yeah. Rest the other end of the table, you crazy person. Well, I don't want to cut into my table. Okay, that's done. Let's like barely any leftovers, surprisingly. Here, let's see. Yeah, there you go. Not much, which is great. But cut into your finger instead? No, because I'm careful enough not to cut into my finger. But like, if you're cutting all the way through, because like I can get it really close to my fingers without cutting it, but if you're actively pushing down into the table, right, you're gonna end up cutting into your table. Oh, it's fine. Everything's fine. um, I don't remember. I remember I was having issues with my drill not being able to close tight enough for these, and I don't remember if it was for this or something else. Because what I want to do now is stick these in my drill and grind a chamfer onto these, because like right now they've got a really sharp edge on them. You can touch the wheel without problem because it's abrasive, not sharp. That's also true. You know what? The other thing we could do is, instead of the drill, is this. Probably do this. It'll just be a little awkward. It'll be really awkward, actually. I don't know if I like this setup. It also is not very easy to see for anyone involved. Where? Oh, come on. How's that? Maybe that's decent. Ah, shit. I dropped it. Yeah, I have ground myself many times on different abrasive wheels. Uh, it does kind of hurts, but it's not that bad. Let's see how this looks. And if it looks decent, then we'll keep going with it. But if it doesn't, then I won't, because this will be way slower and way more painful than any other method. Let's see. Let's go with you. I'll try it now. I blame you. Don't. I wouldn't recommend trying it. It will hurt, but it won't kill you. It's not gonna take your finger off like table saw. No, not a focus. No, this sucks. Nope, we're not doing that. Yeah, it won't. Well, it probably won't break skin. It'll like wear off your skin. Let's see. It's more like a rug burn than anything. Yeah, we're not doing this weird microscope setup. It's way easier to do this with a drill. Oh yeah, I can grab onto this. What was I thinking? I also love this technique of using my drill like a lathe. Uh, it's just like a spindle is a spindle. It works. It's also like kind of fun dual wielding power tools. All right. Yeah. So we just need to grind like that little chamfer on the end. Touching tips. Yes, precisely. I gotta say, this is much easier when one of the two tools is held stationary. What if I hold the Dremel in the vise? try it. Does it even have enough travel for this? God, I hate the vacuum thing on this device. That's the one downside of it. Oh, baby, wait, I'm cooking. Cooking with gas. Lay the drill flat on the table. That's fair. We're already doing this. I'm doing it. It's too late. You're too late, Spider-Man. Weed has been legalized. I love that meme. Okay, clampy clamp. Okay. That works obnoxiously well. Okay, that's what we're doing. Okay, put that in. Put this in. Precision machining, yes sir. I was doing this to the bench trying to get work. Instead of a Dremel, but it's cool. You know, it is pretty funny having made these like comically small and precise parts, and then they're being matched with this part that's being made with a Dremel held in a fucking Harbor Freight vise and a hand drill. It spun really fast. You know, we got the full gamut. We run the gamut. All right. Well, we got a few more to go, so let's crank through it. Did you guys see that? Dude, the drill didn't grip onto it properly, and so it just pulled it out of the vise and yeeted it across the table. I guess that's one way to eject parts. Huh. Yeah, it's the perfect bodge until it does shit like that, where it just pulls it out of the fucking thing. I don't know why it did that. Like, I know the drill can't quite hold onto this, but it should be better than this. Ow. I just touched the Dremel. Oops. Fine. I'm not realizing it. I'm now realizing this is something I should have done off stream because it's impossible to talk over. And so you're just listening to Dremel noises, I guess. Or actually, you can't even hear the Dremel. So it's just fucking silence. It's just the background music. Please tell me the background music is still playing. It is, okay. Cool. Yeah, whatever. It is what it is, man. We're here. I should have done this off stream. Alas. Okay, almost done now. Got 3 more to go. It's very hard to not have the Dremel like wander with setup. Only because the device is not clamped down. It's like you acting thing yourself. Yeah, I've just lost all of the viewers because Alright. Almost done. Okay, and we're done. You can't believe this is actually working? Why? What? What's wrong with it? I think it's a perfect setup. Yeah, so it works perfectly for 8 parts. Yeah, and we're done. See? Live mouse for the moment, but it could be both with the right engineering. Horrors beyond my comprehension. You know, you get that what was a cockroach robot where they like controlled its brain or whatever to make it fly, and then now you've got a live computer mouse. Yay! Consider getting a cat. Yeah, you're not gonna. Here's the thing: you're not gonna find a mouse by like cleaning your room. You're just gonna find mouse turds maybe, but it's gonna hide better than you could find it. You don't need to comprehend it. Only a mouse does, so it's fine. Oh, true, true. That makes it okay. That makes everything okay. That's very warm. All right. Let me take a sip of my gamer subs that I purchased use it. Wow, those certainly tried to be words. Hold on, try again. Let me take a sip of my gamer subs using code BUGS at checkout for 10% off. Wow. Oh, this is something kind of awful that I've started doing. So I'm a big sucker for soda. And I reached into my chicken feed bin earlier and a rat crawled up my arm. Oh my god. Ow. Also removing ticks from my room should theoretically work, right? I mean, like it'll stop it from hiding everywhere, but it's gonna run away faster than you can find it. And yeah, cleaning up is good. Cleaning up is good. What I was gonna say is, so I have an addiction to soda, but I don't like ice in my drinks, and so it gets warm really fast, right? So they make these styrofoam cups, normal, you know, like a normal sane person would do, right? So I use the styrofoam cups a little bit, and after a while, I like to reuse the cups because I always feel bad just like throwing them away or whatever, because it just, I don't know, it feels gross. You know, might as well reuse it. It's fine. It's a perfectly fine cup. Oh, excuse me. The problem is, I don't know if it's the styrofoam like getting dissolved by the soda or just aging and then becoming porous or something. But if you reuse them, if you reuse them for a while, what'll happen is they'll start to like seep out the drink. It looks like it's sweating whatever drink you have in there. Even if you only have water in there, it'll start to like sweat little droplets of it off of the side of the cup. And after like a few days, after like maybe a couple of uses, and that's not really okay. I can't use that. So recently I came up with the horrible redneck bullshit invention of you take a normal plastic cup, uninsulated. I'm sure it's not condensation because it's red when I put gamer subs in it. It's not condensation. And it's like, it is whatever color the drink is. And so I've come up with the awful invention of two cups. You have plastic disposable cup liner on the inside, and then you have styrofoam insulated cup on the outside. And so you get the benefits of both, where the inside one is nice and reusable, but the outside one is nice and insulated. It's amazing. It's innovation. Get a koozie, I beg you. I could. One ready, two cups. Awful. Go to jail. Why would you say this? Oh my god. Oh no. Yeah, you're right. Horrible, horrible, horrible. But god damn it, that was really funny. Uh, so yeah, this is what I've been using. I've been probably using this one cup styrofoam thing for like a month, or so. Um, and you know, it still works. I just refill it with water most of the time. But sometimes I'll go get a soda because I have an addiction. And now, if I have to, like if I go somewhere, I don't have to feel bad about throwing them both away, and I don't have to deal with taking them both home. But if I can take them both home, then I can reuse them. Yay! It's a perfect system, really. There are no flaws to it, other than it looking like some redneck horse shit. I hit the wrong key behind. I accidentally muted. All right. Okay, so now that all those are done, I think what we should do next is press the the doohickeys into the thingamabobs, which is the technical term. So what we need to do is take the soft jaws out. Let me put my mask back on, actually. Because with this camera angle, it will get my face, which I don't want. No one wants to see that, I promise. God, I just turned off the monitor, like the way that it echoes back to me, and now just everything feels empty. It's so weird how quickly you can get used to things, because now everything feels like wrong and empty and quiet. Wait, is the background music still playing? Yes, we're good. Okay. Okay. Oh, let's cover up the bucket of water before I, like, dump it all over my desk. Let's put this to the side, actually. All right. So, let's go over to microscope land. And I need to get this down to here-ish. And then, let's see, where are we? That's right there. So what we need to do, let's see, I tip it up like this, and then I swing you over a little bit, and then we focus this. There we go. Okay. We need to join the little shafts that we just made, which look like ass, but they work. We need to join the little shafts that we made, and the doohickeys. Where did I put them? There they are. And the eccentric shafts in unholy matrimony. Oh god, I just spilled them. Oh no, 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 no. It's fine. It's fine. I think I got them all. Okay. So, we need to join these two pieces together. And the way that we're going to do that is with a press fit, aided by green Loctite. So first thing we need to do is clean both of them with isopropyl alcohol, which I have a little bottle of right here. That's whey oil. That's whey oil, you fucking idiot. Or spindle oil. They're in the same bottle. They are labeled. I'm just stupid. Yeah, that's oil. It's in the same style of bottle, and I just didn't read the label. Let's not do that, maybe. So we need to clean the inside of this, which is not easy. Okay. And actually, I'm going to go ahead and clean the rest of the shafts. Let's switch back here. So all that I'm doing, here's zoom. All that I'm doing is just like, basically just flushing the isopropyl. Try and clean any of the dirt, the grease, grime, all of that nonsense off. Or the dog hair in this case. And then we're going to let that dry over there. So let's just go ahead and do that. Here, let's just put these in a different cup so that they'll hopefully dry faster. And you can see, hopefully you can tell. I don't know if you can actually tell. Oh, well, you'll be able to tell on the microscope lens. So I'll talk about it then. And I think I mentioned it earlier, but I'll mention it again. Okay. Okay. There's that. Okay, cool. Now let's go back to the microscope. Incoming ads, unfortunate. You hate to see it. Capitalism must go on. Let's see, so that guy looks like it's dried out. This guy clearly has not. And so I'm going to do what's called a pro gamer move. I'm going to just blast this with compressed air. Because it's like the center hole where you can't really get anything in there or out of there, so the air just kind of, isopropyl alcohol doesn't really evaporate all that quickly. I'm sure it would if I left it long enough, but I'm not going to. Because I can just use compressed air. So, oh shit. What I was trying to say. You can see on this guy, first off, it looks like ass, but I don't care. It's fine. You can see on this guy, this is the stock surface. This is what it came with. And then you can see right here that with the Dremel, I kind of scratched the hell out of it right there. And that was actually intentional because the Loctite stuff doesn't bond very well to stainless steel. And so to try and aid that a little bit, I just have to roughen up that surface. So I did that while I was cleaning up the ends with the Dremel. We dropped the drop things counter. Yes, we did. I think if I didn't, it would be like integer overflow by now. Okay. So here's the thing. This Loctite also has a very short working time. I think on the bottle it says 4 minutes, but it's a lot shorter than that because it's hot as balls. So I'm going to get everything in place. Shit. Before dropping it into the void. What I was trying to say, I'm going to get everything in place. Let's see, which one has the nicest lead-in chamfer? Probably this one. I'm going to get it in place before putting any Loctite on because the heat makes it set really quickly. And it's not fun to work with. It's scary. So if it sets while you're still pressing it in, then it's just stuck there. Okay, so that looks pretty good. We also have to be careful not to bend it, because that is something that I have done, is I bent the shit out of the shaft by pressing it too much and it buckled. Does the orientation matter since one side concentric to the outer ring? No. I have to ask because it keeps bugging me. Does the rice grain fit in the hole? It does not. It's very close, but it doesn't. Here, I can show you that. Hey, Menmo. Bender, I hardly know her. Shit, I dropped it again. And thank you for the resub. Where did the shaft go? Wait. I dropped the... Oh, the shaft also fell into the vise. Okay, whatever. It's fine. Let's see. Does orientation matter since one side concentric to the outer ring? So this... I guess we should... I should clarify how this works. One side... Here, let's see. Come on, come here. There. Oh, that's a good orientation. There you go, right there. So this small diameter here is off-center with the hole, right? And then the opposite side is also off. Oh, fucking hell. Get out of there, you son of a bitch. Okay. The other side is also off-center with the hole, right? So they're both off-center. They're off-center by the same amount, but in different directions. And so that's how you balance it, because when you have this thing spinning at 48,000 RPM, right, that's going to create a lot of off-balance if it's off-center like that. And so you have two of them off-balance in opposite directions to try and cancel out the vibrations of the other one. The center part, the center large diameter part, is that is concentric with the bore, but because they're both off-center with each other in opposite directions, it does not matter what the orientation is. The center part is just a spacer to keep the two halves from hitting each other, to keep them at the right distance apart. So I just have to choose whichever side I think will press fit easier. And in this case, I think it is this one. Oh, come on. This is hard. I kind of want one of those watchmakers, like, punch thingies. I don't know. I don't remember what they're called. Uh, but it's like an arbor press, but for watchmakers. Honestly, even just a small arbor press would be really nice here. But instead, we're making do with what we've got. Why are my hands so shaky? Holy shit. Use the blue tack? Oh, that's probably a good idea. Okay, we'll do that on the next one. Hold on. I think I got it, though. Just have to bring the... Yeah, there we go. Okay. There we go. All right. So now we've got our retaining compound. And we're just going to put a little bloop. And I'd like to wipe it all around, but I don't want to kick it off center like that. I can't have it kicked to an angle, because otherwise it'll just kind of bend. Oh, shit. Don't fall. Okay. Now we just very gently... Okay. Press that into place. Is that actually all the way seated? I can't tell. It's not. Ah! Oh, it's not moving. Yeah, okay. The Loctite already set. Okay. That's fine. The Loctite will make it strong anyway. It got about halfway through the part, I think. Here, wait, let's see. So now you can see... Hold on. If I actually put this in front of the camera and focus, there you go. We've got a bead of Loctite there that I'm going to clean off in a second. And then we can see the shaft made it about halfway through, a little bit more. Come on. Dude, this is really hard to train the camera on. Oh, it looks like it cut... Well, the reason it stopped was because it cut the... It started digging into the brass. Or bronze. Not brass. I think I see a burr in there. It's hard to tell. It's very small. But anyway, the Loctite should hold. I'm going to put a bead in the end of it. And just kind of force it down with the toothpick. Whether that'll do anything or not, I don't know. But it's the thought that counts. Alright, so that's one. Now we've got to do 7 more of these. Yay! I have a watch repair device that's useful for small stuff. Wait, I don't actually know. What does a watch repair device look like? Watch repair device. I always forget if it's V-I-C-E or V-I-S-E. And the correct answer is V-I-S-E. Actually, they spelled it 2 different ways on Amazon, so I don't know. Okay, that kind of a thing. Yeah, one of those would be really nice. I think it's V-I-S-E. I'm not a smart man, Jenny. I don't remember how to spell. I think Loctite sets in minutes, not seconds, so you might be able to force it, but risk bending the shaft. Yeah, well, okay, so here's the thing. This stuff says... Let me read the directions to you. Blah, 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 blah. Where does it say it? Has fast curing and high strength for... blah, blah, blah. Okay, this one doesn't say the working time on the bottle. I thought it said 4 minutes, I think on the product listing. But it is also very hot, and I think that's really the problem, is that it's just hot. But it also might just be caught on the upper and the inside of it, which, you know, it is what it is. But yeah, I can't risk bending the shaft is the other thing. So we're just going to live with that. It'll work. It really doesn't have to transmit that much torque, so I'm not too terribly worried about it. What's the number? I'll look it up. It's retaining compound 648, but it's not like real Loctite. It's off-brand. So I don't know if the numbers are the same. It's here. I'll just find the fucking product listing. Hold on. Let me see. If we go back to Amazon, then we go to retaining compound. Let's see, it's 648, which I believe I chose because of the high strength stuff. Yeah, it's this stuff. Copy clean link. Boop, this stuff. Oh, hello, Angry Guggen. Thank you for the follow. That's a good name. A jewel press, that's what they're called. Yeah, they're so expensive. Yes, it would be so perfect for one of these, for this job. But again, it is what it is. I can't do it. I'm not going to pay for that because that's hilariously expensive. Let's focus. Yeah, I'm going to refund this microscope because this is not good. It works for the stream. It's fine. But I need something better. This is pissing me off. All right. So now I'm going to grab one more of these parts. And we're just going to flush the center of it with isopropyl alcohol. Make sure it's nice and clean. And then I'm going to use the compressed air to blow it off. I don't want to wait for it. Okay. Okay, so then we take the tweezers. Actually, it's going to be way easier if I put it in the middle. Because otherwise the vise is going to twist on me. Oh, wait, I was going to use the blue tack. That's right. This stuff. Let's just, like, tear off a little chunk of it. Let's put this back before I drop it like an idiot. See how this goes. Hopefully I don't just, like, glue a portion of this blue tack onto the part, but we'll see. Come on, focus, please. There you go. All right. Come here. Okay. Okay, just get this lightly pressed in with just a little bit of pressure. Okay, it is at an angle, which is an issue. Okay. How's that? That's not bad, I think. I hope. It's really hard to tell. It looks okay. So now we put, oh, whoops, I dropped it. The real deal 648 is over 10 minutes for 25% on steel, so no rush in setting parts. Oh, okay. Then maybe it's just getting stuck on other things. Okay, so let's get a big old glob of that stuff on. Spread it around with a toothpick. Make sure it's nicely, evenly coated. All right. And go for it. Okay, I feel like it stopped. Let's see. Blue tack worked quite well. Oh, it did. It did leave a bunch of stuff in the hole, though, which is an issue. Okay, maybe if I just don't do it like that exactly, it'll be better. Okay, once again, it got like halfway through the hole before stopping. Hold on, let's pull that off. See if I can press this more. So we want as much engagement on this as possible. Fuck. I should make like a little cover for this, the holes in the vise. Because I just keep dropping parts into it. Okay, can I push it more without bending? Oh, I can. Okay. Okay, that felt like it stopped again. Maybe it just stopped that time because of the blue tack in the hole. But if I'm just not... Oh, and I dropped it. Okay, there's still some blue tack in the hole, but I can kind of pick it out. Okay. I think I probably get a little more out of that. Ah, shit. Come on. Oh, shit. Is that just bending the shaft? Oh, shit, it is. Don't do that. Don't do that. Oh, sorry. You guys couldn't see that very well, could you? I was too locked in on getting it to work. Okay, that's not bad. Yeah, I just need to not get the blue tack in the hole next time, and then we've got a solid process down. Okay, not bad, though. Not bad, not bad. We're learning. Okay. Let's try the vise. Let's try the blue tack again. This time... Actually, no. Let's, Yeah, I do think this is the best way to do it. We kind of punched a hole through it before with the other part, so I think it'll work a little bit better this time. Let me kind of tip it at an angle so you guys can see. Make a donut? Yeah. That's what we've kind of got going on here. It's just impossible for me to show you. There's a hole. I guess I can make the hole larger. Let's do that. Yeah, okay. So we do it like that. And that's still impossible for you guys to see. That's not bad. Okay, cool. So now let's grab our part out of the little tube without dropping it all over the floor, ideally. Okay, flushing it with isopropyl alcohol. Blasting it with compressed air. This one, I kind of messed up the end of it. So it's not going to sit flat. Which might be a problem. We'll see how this goes. Shit. Okay. So I'm going to stick it up right there. And then if I kind of push the blue tack into it, maybe? Come here. Okay, that seems pretty good. That was a good idea. Ah. I just dropped the shaft. I found it though, fine. These squeezers are not the best for holding onto these round parts because they don't have any grooves. They're just smooth. And so they kind of twist. Okay, there we go. Looks fairly straight in that direction. A little crooked in that direction. Let's fix that. It does not look straight at all from your perspective, does it? Okay, there we go. Let's rotate that. There we go. Perfect. Proper cinematography. Yes. I'm so skilled. Okay. Let's see. Okay, so we're just gonna bloop. Get all of the goop all the way around. Where did my toothpick go? Here it is. Okay, kind of spreading it out a little bit. Okay. Okay, still going in, still going in. I can feel the pressure going up, but it's not stopped yet. I'm not bending anything, am I? Let's just release pressure, let it stabilize. Okay. That was quite successful. That one went all the way to the end. You can see that the shaft is like flush with the bottom of it. And yeah, we had no issues. Perfect. That's exactly what we want to do. Great. Okay. Cool. Now let me grab a paper towel and just wipe off the excess green Loctite. And yeah, we've got a process solved. Very nice. Very nice. Okay. Flush the center with isopropyl. Air compressor. Okay, there we go. And we're back. Air compressor's done. Actually, I don't like that shaft. We're gonna fix that one in a second here. This one will work though. Okay. Just gonna take this guy. Bit of light clamping. Keep it from moving. There we go. Make sure it's square. Oh, that is not square at all. How do I make sure this... How do I what the hell? Okay, let's just pull it out. Oh, it's not square because the top of it is kind of weird. Okay. That's fine. It should fix itself as we press it in. Keyword should. Okay. So more green goop. Probably a little bit too much green goop. That's okay. It can always just be wiped off later. Okay, make sure it's all the way around. Never too much goop. Hello, Tanu. Okay, and then press it in. I can't tell if that hit the bottom or not. It did. Cool. Okay, great. So now I just need to wipe off the excess and we're done. Very nice. Just like that. Wow, it does not like shiny objects. Okay, cool. That's 4. Let's see, grab another one of the eccentrics. Flush with that scrobble. Just there. Very carefully plop that into place here. Okay, open the vise a little bit because I didn't do that yet. Okay, grab a shaft. Okay, that is not square. That's a bit better. How does it look from your angle? It is not that square in that direction. I think it'll be okay. Okay, more goop. Sorry, this is not all that entertaining because it's hard for me to yap and concentrate on not fucking this up. But, you know, whatever. That's kind of what you get with a makers and crafting stream. I don't know, maybe that's not true, but that's what you get with my makers and crafting stream. Okay. Go in more, please. This one's taking a lot of force for some reason. And it still needs to go in more. Fuck, I dropped it. Come here. Oh, it's bending. Uh-oh. Well, did I bend it? I was about to, though. I almost did. Yeah, okay. It's not going to go in anymore. Unless I rotate it, maybe? Nope, that's done. I think. Yeah, all right. That one's stuck. We're not going to do that. That's fine. It got most of the way through. So, I'll take that. Too wobbly? What do you mean? Oh, the part? Or something else? Yeah, cutting it off bent it too much, and then bent the rod while pressing it in. Yeah. It's very small. It's very easy to do if you're not careful. Even if you are careful, it sometimes happens, apparently. Okay. Let's see. Which side do I want to face down? Let's have this side face down. Okay, let's kind of press the blue tack in. Keep it in place. Okay, that's not bad. Ads, yeah, classic. Well, it's just more of the same thing, so you're not missing much. Okay. Okay, get this guy in. Slap down. There we go. It's not that square. Okay, that should be all right. What the fuck am I looking at here? You're looking at, this is just like blue tack, and I'm just using it to hold it, the tiny little part in place. We're doing a press fit right now with Loctite as aid. That's what the green stuff is, right here. This stuff. This is blue tack. This is the part. This is a part. You need to press them together. Yes, using goop to secure a shaft in a hole precisely. Technically, I think it could be done without the goop, but the goop is there for moral support. All right, and then there we go. Got our finished part. Let's see. We've got to do one more of these. I think if I know how to count. 1, 2, 3. Oops. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then this one is 6, and then our last one will be right here. So yeah, we're cleaning out the bore. I'm doing this part off camera, but I'm just flushing the center of it. Whoops. Flushing the center of it with isopropyl alcohol, like this. A little squirt bottle. I love this little thing. This is a great purchase. And then because I don't want to wait for it to evaporate, I'm just blasting it out of there with compressed air. And then we very carefully place it into our little mound of blue tack so that it stops wobbling quite so much, because it's very difficult when it's moving around. Oh, the isopropyl alcohol is actually making the blue tack unstick from the thing. That's not helpful. Get out of here. Stay. No, stay. Shit. I shouldn't have done that on camera. Oh well. No. Stick. Shit. Hold on, let's remake the mound. This is the last one, and I fucked it up. Of course. Ah! I almost dropped the part. It's fine. It dropped onto the table. We're good. All right, noted. Blue tack and isopropyl alcohol does not mix. Okay, there we go. All right, let's see if I can get this. Maybe this one can be a little bit better of a shot. It's removing things around a little bit anyway. There we go. Okay, let's see how that goes. So now we take the shaft. I don't like that one. I like this one. Let's go with this one. Take this guy. And then we forgot to open the vise up. Okay, let's make sure it's actually square. That's pretty square. Okay, now we put a dab of green Loctite retaining compound. Make sure it's all spread. Okay, now we just press it in. Okay, starting to bend. We actually reached the end of travel, or we did. Cool. And there we go. Now we're done. Well, we're done with these. There it is. Cool. So now I just got to wipe the excess goop off of it. Excellent, excellent. Blue tack was an excellent idea. Thank you. All right. Are the rods still straight? They're straight enough for me. Here's the thing. It's really, really impossible to tell how straight it is. I have tried. It's really hard to tell. Because the whole point of this thing is to have it off center. So trying to tell there's a joke in there. There is a joke in there. So trying to tell if it's off center is really hard. If it's like bent and wobbly is really hard because this whole thing is supposed to be bent and wobbly. So it's just it visually looks like it's fucked up, but it's supposed to look like that, you know? Yeah, that one's maybe a little bit bent. That one's not very good actually. Now that I say it. I don't care. Here's the thing. It'll get kind of forced into the right spot by the cycloids and the motor itself. And really, this is the weakest link. So it should theoretically just be moved to the center and like bend itself back into place. Even if it's like a little bit wonky. It'll just add some resistance until it does that. I think. We'll find out. Turn it and look at the outer ring. Yeah, that's kind of the only way to do it, but it does look weird. I think maybe it's okay. This is actually the best way I've seen to do it, that I've figured out how to do it, because I was trying to do this with the surface plate at work, but it's just too large, but this V-groove is like perfect. We don't have to worry. We're not going to worry about it. Okay, you're fine. I'll point it at the other end. Fine, fine, fine. I'm a man of the people. Yeah, it looks mostly okay. It's really hard to isolate, like, in your head. It's really hard to isolate, like, this part from the outside diameter, so it just looks super fucked up. Like, when I'm machining stuff and I'm trying to see, like, is that running out, like, a lot? I have to, like, cover one part of it with my finger. Like, from my eyes, because otherwise it'll just look wrong. Even if it's a part that I know should be wrong. So, I don't know. It's fine. It's fine. It'll be fine. The hole's going all over the place. Listen, it'll be okay. It's okay. That's probably the worst one that we have. Like, let's try this one. See, this one is pretty good. The flange part also wobbled a lot. Yeah, that was the worst one that we had. That one didn't make it all the way through, so it wasn't very straight. But this one's pretty good. I just happened to pick the worst one in the lot to show you. Actually, where is that one? That one was pretty terrible. Damn it, you son of a bitch. Now I need to check the rest of them, because I'm curious. This one's not great. That one's not great. I think this is the terrible one. Oh no, this one's good. Yeah, that one's pretty good. Whoops. I'm actually looking at the microscope right now. It's actually kind of useful. Let's see, that one's pretty good. Now I have to check them all. Why would you do this to me? That one's pretty good. That one's pretty good. Whoops. Yeah, so they're all good except for that one. And it happened to be the first one that I showed you. God damn it. Yeah, that one is bent to hell now that I'm looking at it. Man. It's not worth... Yeah, okay. Okay, I have one more shaft and I have one more... And I have several more of the eccentrics. So let's just make one more. Let me fix the shaft because I don't like it. I don't like how pointed this end is. The reason I didn't use it is because I didn't like how pointed this was. Right there. So let me fix that real quick. And then we'll go for it. We'll try it again. Okay. Okay, the shaft has been fixed. It's a lot nicer now. So let's just flush this guy with isopropyl. Do the whole shebang. Do one more. For the fans. What did I do with the bad one? Oh, there it is. Okay. Almost dropped the part, but it's fine. I didn't. Hey. Let's position this back in frame. I'm using all the fancy camera words like in frame and in focus, and that's not a fancy camera word. That's just a word. I'm using all of the fancy camera terms like I actually know what the fuck they mean. And clearly, I don't. Okay. There's that. And it's out of focus again. Okay. Grab the shaft right here. We need a dolly zoom on this part. Yeah. Yeah. Whoa. Wow. Perfect. I don't actually have a zoom feature on this camera or on this microscope, so I can't control how insanely zoomed in it is. It's kind of shitty. And by kinda, I mean really, really shitty. Okay, that's reasonably straight in that direction. Reasonably straight in your direction. Random person 5347. Thank you for the follow. Appreciate you. The damn vise. Honestly, this vise would be so perfect if it didn't have the vacuum base on it. Okay. Let's just do this. Take the toothpick, and I'm just spreading the goop around again. Make sure it gets all nice and coated. And we go. Well, this one takes like no force at all. Okay, I think we hit the end of it. Yep, and the shaft is all the way through. Very nice. And also from the microscope perspective, there's quite a bit of backlash in the vise. Yes, there is also quite a bit of backlash in the vise. That's not just from your perspective. But, you know, it's a vise. It doesn't really need to have that good of a backlash. Yeah, there's a lot. I'm just making it work. Okay, cool. Let's see if I fucked that one up, too. Let's see. True, but now it's pretending to be a press. Yeah, yeah. All right, let's see. How straight is that? That's pretty damn good. Whoops. Whoops. Yeah, there it is. Right, that's pretty solid. Okay, cool. Good enough. All right. Okay. Oh, big stretch. Oh, God, I just heard something pop in the chair. I'm sure that's fine. I don't know if I, like, messed up this piece of tack that badly, like, with the Loctite or anything. I'm gonna leave it separate from the rest of it, though, just in case. All right. Let's see. Let's go back to this. All right. So I'm going to put these two leftovers back into the box. Surprisingly, we didn't lose any. And I'm going to put this one bad one in the box as well, so that I know which one it is. Okay. So there's that. And then these are the fun. Actually, I shouldn't put the bad one in the good in the box labeled good, probably. I was going to make a joke about a hydraulic vise, but of course it's a real thing. Yeah, they're very... Oh, excuse me. They're very real things. I know they're used a lot for automation stuff, for CNC. And then also, you know, sometimes people use hydraulic presses as vices in like uh, construction equipment repair industry. Okay, well, let's put those into there. Bloop bloop. And then let's see, let's put all of the input shafts together into this little baggie. Bloop. All right. Yay. It doesn't. You know what the fuck part about doing things like this is? You know, that was like 2.5 hours of work, and it all comes down to this single Ziploc bag, and it doesn't look like a whole lot now, does it? It's just tiny. It uh alas. Okay. Now, next step. Um which parts should be the next step? That's the question, I guess. We'll need to press the... Yeah, let's just do this while we're in the kind of in the pressing mood and setup. Let's just do this. Um, so this is the output stage, made out of bronze. It's on the floor now. This is the output stage, uh, made out of bronze, and it also acts as the bushing for the outputs, the output itself, which is why it's made of bronze. This center hole here is for the output shaft to get press fit into, and then these 6 holes on the outside are for 2mm dowel pins to act as the output stage, to take the input from the cycloids. We've got a fully completed one, well, almost fully completed one, right here. And so this is what it looks like when it's done. I just bought pre-ground a 4mm stock 4140 from McMaster-Carr because I could, and it's perfect. I don't have to do anything to it. And then I just need to cut a flat into it for a set screw and make it a D shaft. This one doesn't have all of the pins installed, but I found something kind of interesting. I found is that if you have all 4 of the pins installed, it doesn't want to work. Or sorry, if you have all 6 of the pins installed, it doesn't want to work properly. I don't really know why, if it's just binding or what. But also, what's kind of funny is that originally I had these holes be a lot looser, so it wasn't much of a press fit. And when I was assembling it with grease, I would push down on one of the pins, and then the grease pressure pushing back on it would actually push up all of the rest of the pins. It was like some Looney Tunes bullshit where you like hammer a nail, where they would hammer a nail and then the other nails would come back up. It was exactly like that. It's ridiculous. So I've switched to just using 4 pins, and that seems to work quite well. This one I only put in 2 for some reason. I don't remember why, but we're going to do 4 for each of these output stages. Honestly, I didn't do any math or anything on how many I should use. I just kind of did it. I just decided, 6. Yes, that sounds about right. And then just sent it. I didn't do any math for any of this, really. Well, that's not true. I did do, I used like a simulation tool to figure out like the pressure angle and figure out some of that stuff. But I didn't know like engineering, so I don't actually know what the load capacity of this thing is. So, I don't know. We'll figure it out. We can always fuck around, and we can always find out. Cool. I don't know what the best way to hold this in is. For our next version, you maybe add tiny holes for the grease. I mean, I could, but like, I can also just, here's the thing, if I make the holes smaller for the grease, then I have to have a different size drill in the machine to drill these holes. And so, like, why would I do that when I could just have the holes be the same holes, size holes as the dowel pins, you know? It just works. Yeah, I just don't think it's strictly necessary. Let's see, does this work? Yeah, let's do this. So what I'm going to do here, it is quite unfortunate how zoomed in this camera. Maybe it's not that bad. So I've got a 1, 2, 3 block there, just to base it off of the ground. And by the ground, I mean the base of the vise. While we press these in. Oh, hey, wait, I did drop a bronze piece. I just found one on the floor. I dropped a eccentric. I don't know how long ago I dropped it, but I dropped it. I think I might have set my table down on top of it. Because it's all mangled. 4 out of 6 pins reduces the symmetry? No, it's still symmetry. It's still symmetrical. It's just not radially symmetric. Yeah, wait, why is this all mangled? Have I been, like, rolling my chair over this? Wait, hold on, let me show you. Three out of 6 would be symmetric. I guess I could do 3 out of 6. There's nothing stopping me from doing 3 out of 6. Fine, let's do 3 out of 6. I think I don't remember why I chose 4. I think I just did it. Again, I did not do any math for this. Hold on. These tweezers are not very good for this job. I think I have some that have little grooves in the end. Where did those go? I just saw them. Here they are. They're kind of huge, though. I don't know if this will work. Okay, we're going to give these a try. But they are kind of huge. They kind of cover the entire part. Oops. So, fun fact about these holes. These are 2mm dowel pins that we're drilling into this. Or that we're pressing into this. And that's not focused very well, is it? Yeah, maybe it's just a shitty camera. Whatever. These are 2mm dowel pins. And I drilled these with a 2mm drill. A carbide drill. Because I was just kind of expecting it to go oversized. But it turns out, no. The rumors are true. Carbide drills do, in fact, drill almost exactly on size, and in this case, slightly smaller. Or maybe it's slightly larger, or maybe it's on size, and these pins are just slightly large, because it does turn into a press fit. I'm surprised we had the carbide drill, the 2mm one. Oops, that's wonky. I don't know why we had it. I assume it was some customer job ages ago. Because we don't have a whole lot of metric drill bits at work. Okay, are you gonna play nicely? There you go. Oh, it's in the V groove. Oops, fuck. Hold on, can I get this lower down than this, maybe? There we go. I think that's a bit better. Okay. Fuck. Yeah. No, I dropped it. I don't know why I expected this to go faster than it does. Everything takes forever. I don't know what's wrong with me. Come here. Okay. Shit. Oh, I just dropped the pin. That's gone forever. Well, that's fine. Fuck. 1K scoops left. But what do you mean bye bye? Oh, the part. Duh. Oh my god, this is miserable. Maybe I've got needle nose pliers, I guess. Which have grooves cut in them, which might make this easier. I don't know. We'll see. Okay. Shit, I got it caught in the wrong spot. There we go. Okay. Ah, I twisted the whole vise. God damn it. Do you have some capillary tubing and fishing line? Fishing line, yes. Capillary tubing, no. Well, I don't think. What the hell is capillary tubing, actually? Capillary tubing. Very thin, narrow pipe made of glass, metal, or plastic used to move small amounts of liquid or control fluid flow. No. I do not have that. I have needle tips. Via very small tube. No, I've got, like, uh, I've got a couple of these. Make a snake catcher, but for pin. What the? Okay, better question. What is a snake catcher? Snake catcher. This doesn't explain anything. Oh, like insert it through the tube. Oh, wait, no, I see what you're saying. Yeah, okay. Um, tube with a wire loop. Yeah, okay. That could work. Um, oh, that's a really interesting idea. Possibly. The other thing that I was going to try is making like a fixture to press these in, so it would be easier, but I didn't do that at work, so now it would be difficult. But yeah, there we go. Got our nicely radially symmetric part. Wow, that's very overexposed. There we go. You only use 3 out of 6 holes. You only always have 2 for alignment. Yeah, that's my plan. That's what I was planning on doing. Okay, there's that. It's been It's been 3 hours. I think what we're going to do, actually, is we're going to pause on doing all of the output stages, and we're just going to assemble one of them for today. Because I'm getting tired. My voice is getting tired. We're going to assemble one cycloid, one gearbox, and we're just going to show it off. And then next week, or whenever I get a chance, that's when we will do like the full test with all of the different lubricants. I'll do them off camera. Because I don't think the repetitiveness of this is not great. So, let's pivot a little bit. I've got... Hold on. Let me... Not bringing home the bacon grease today. No, I don't think so. My voice is getting too tired already. I can tell. It has been like... it's been more than a month since I've streamed, so... It's been a minute. Turn that on. How did I position the camera before where this actually looked good? There we go. So this is the housing. And you can see right there all of the little individual pins. And you can see that this is one that I already started assembling while I was like testing this stream and seeing how this would go. And so I started doing it to see what how this would go. So these are just dowel pins. Yeah, I can't focus on the whole part at once. No, I can't. It's got a low, what's called depth of field, I think. So I'm gonna pour a bunch of pins into my parts tray over here. And this is the green grease that I got from Home Depot. And I have it preset in there so that it's easier to get the pins to stay where I want them to. Because otherwise they kind of go all over the place. I did design a feature. Oops, come on. Like that. There we go. See? You can see that the hole actually goes down lower than the little shaft, the shoulder there. And that's also as a retention feature for the pins so that they stay in place. Because the V1, or I guess V0, they did not. They would go, if it wasn't for the grease, they would go all over the place. And so this helps them stay in place a little bit better. So you just have to, bloop. Once they're in their hole, they don't really move unless you push them up. And it's honestly not as bad as you would think to put these in. Because they kind of... Wow, I just fired that one across the room. Held it too tight. Because the grease holds them in place. Nice and sticky. Seems fairly easy, but just a lot of work to do them all by hand. Yes, there are 4. I had to buy 400 pins. Right, there are 36 of these pins per gearbox, and I need to make 8 of them. So that's... I'm not doing math today. That's a lot of them. I think I'm considering making this like a product that I sell, as opposed to a product that you don't sell, obviously. And if I do that, I'm gonna make some kind of a way to either automate or make a fixture to make it way easier to do this. But also, again, doing it on camera makes it a lot harder than it would otherwise. Please do the missing 2 on the left. I don't know which is your left. Oh, those 2? Or no, these? Oh, there are 2 there. 2 there. Ah. So here, you want me to do... Okay, well, that one's gone now. If you are going to sell them, don't you have to pay your work for tool usage? Yes, probably. I would talk to my boss about how to do it. But he's super chill about it. So I would probably... The way that I would probably do it is just have it as a contract. Or not a contract. Like I would have the shop itself, and I would act as a normal customer, if that makes sense. I would act as a normal customer. Fuck, I just dropped it again. Um, I would act. Okay, I just dropped another one. This is why another reason why I bought so many. I knew they were gonna fall over. Um, yeah, I tried to pay fairly and everything. Because, well, I think my boss would be cool with me making them on the side for like a small fee. I don't. I think that's kind of lame. I don't know. I haven't thought that far ahead, to be honest. I need to make sure that they work properly. Yeah. I'm so glad that everyone's getting enjoyment out of this stream. uh, where did my? Well, that one's gone forever too. Doing them with my fingers is genuinely easier, I think, because this is like holding it with chopsticks. So let's see, Reptile, you wanted me. You didn't want that one. You wanted. Let's see. You wanted this. You wanted this one, right? You wanted that one first, right? Are those like 0.5 millimeter pins? No, they're just they're 1 millimeter pins. Actually, I don't think 0.5 millimeter pins exist. I did look. Did I look? I don't know. I think I just chose 1 millimeter and sent it. Oh, whoops! My fingers are in the way. Yeah, 1 millimeter pins, 8 millimeters long. Shit. There it goes. They've got a mind of their own sometimes. Shit. Usually that mind is vanishing into space. Like that one did. Oh my god. It needs the rice for scale, yeah. Here, hold on. I'll grab a rice for scale. One rice for scale. There you go. Shit. My shop is going to be littered with these things. Yeah, it's a huge rice, right? I think it was white jasmine rice, long grain or something. I don't remember exactly. But I don't know. Here's another one. There you go. Come on. Ah, shit. My hands are in the way. No. I feel like once you get to this scale, what is this? Wait, oh shit. Once you get to the scale, a brooch that could punch out the whole gearbox pins and would make more sense. Could go even smaller. Yeah. I never considered using a brooch like that. That's not a bad idea. That's a really interesting idea, actually, huh? What I was considering is using EDM to make really small pins. Let's see, wire EDM. The rice is starting to feel like a threat. KFC and Oreo officially made chicken-flavored Oreos. The cream filling is inspired by KFC's chicken signature blend of 11 herbs and spices. Oh, awful. Bad. Why? Like, that's really funny, but why? Yeah, it is basically just an internal spline. It does have a weird radius, though. And like weird cutouts. Yeah, now that you say it, it is basically just a spline. That's a good point. The problem with doing that is I need to keep the weight on these really, really low. So I made the housings out of aluminum, but like aluminum is notoriously terrible for wear resistance, and so it would have problems with galling on the cycloids, I think, if you did that. But if you made it out of steel, it would be really heavy. Although, I don't know, maybe you could use like a hard anodizing, and it would help. I don't know. It's a really interesting idea, though. If it wasn't so weight constrained, I'd be down. I'd be much more interested in the idea. But it is a really cool idea for at least punching the pinholes really quickly, because this takes a long time. Chrome plate it? Can you do that with... Oh, fuck. Can you do that with aluminum? I guess why wouldn't you be able to, but... I don't know how chrome plating works. Huh. You can't. Interesting. You could also do one of those, like, Teflon coating things where they, like, line it. I don't know exactly how it works, but I've seen the call out on some of our parts at work for, like, a PTFE nickel coating, or electroplating or something like that to make it slippery and wear resistant. So, I don't know, you could do something like that. That's something to think about. If I was to make, like, a ton of these. Yeah, it is interesting, right? I don't know how it works, but I've seen the call out for it. If you want to sell them a fully steel version that doesn't bother with being super light, just small, would be cheaper to produce, right? Yes. Bore the housing out of alusil. What the hell is alusil? Yeah, it would probably be... Well, okay. No, it probably wouldn't be cheaper. Well, okay. That's not necessarily true. But because I'm targeting the BattleBots market and the weight is really important there, it is really important. And so you can't... Like, if you're a robotics company, yes, you could do that. Silicon impregnated aluminum. I've never heard of this before. Lots of modern engines are made out of it. Really? Wait, what? Alusil. High-strength aluminum silicon alloy used for making linerless engine blocks, specialized silicone sealants, or medical anti-acid suspensions. Huh. Hyper-eutectic alloy featuring hard microscopic silicon particles distributed within a softer aluminum matrix. They don't need separate cast iron cylinder sleeves because the exposed silicon acts as a tough bearing surface for cement. Oh! Requires a unique chemical etching and felt pad lapping process during rebuilds to expose the silicon crystals rather than the standard honing. That's really interesting. Huh. Okay. Huh. I'm gonna have to look at that. I've never heard of this before. Okay, so, but as far as the like, it would be cheaper to produce thing. It depends on the scale that you're talking about, Reptile. I think the cheapest way to produce these would probably be, at least with this current design like this, would probably be die casting or powdered metallurgy, where you like where you make a mold that has the form, you press powder into it, and then you sinter it to get the part out of it. I think something like that would be extremely cheap and easy for making these. Alucil is not wear resistant for this context, though. The cylinders are still sleeved, but they take higher compression. Oh. Hmm. I think, but you have to be making thousands to justify that. The same thing with this. This is definitely the cheapest way to make this would be with a powdered metallurgy thing, where you just press the raw stock. Again, it depends on the scale that you're talking about, right? Oh yeah, completely different production methods. Yes, you could make, if you're making these, if you machined this out of steel, it's going to be a lot more annoying than making it out of aluminum. So it's going to be, well, I don't know what the material costs would look like, but it's going to be a lot more annoying to make out of steel. It's just like, no. Not if you make the whole block out of it, and then no sleeves are needed. Okay, I don't know much about cars. That's wild stuff. That's really neat. Like, I knew a lot of engine blocks started being made out of aluminum, but I also didn't know that they sleeved them, but that makes perfect sense now that I think about it for more than 2 seconds. Because aluminum is aluminum, and it does aluminum things. Yeah, there are 2 ways that I could see this being, all of these parts being made, and one of them is Swiss lathes, and you can make these really fast with the Swiss lathe. Sintering works probably better for this. Isn't a lot of those metals self-lubricating? Yes. So they can put, like, that's how they make oil-impregnated bronze bearings, is they use powdered metallurgy, and then the gaps in there, and then the gaps in there cause the, is where they force in the oil. That's my understanding of it, anyway. I thought the amount of effort for adding the dowels is probably more expensive than material changes. Well, okay, but you have to think about, it's not just about adding the dowels, it's also about machining this, but also, okay, it's a lot easier to drill a bunch of holes rather than precisely mill the profile required for this, because it's so small. The cutter required would be so comically small, because I have to get into the gaps, right? I have to get in between the 2 pins, and then I have to make it all the way down that deep. And that would take a really small cutter and really high spindle speed. And it would probably break a lot, and it would take forever. It would not go well. This is by far the easiest way to do this. Unless you did it with a broach, like Knudsen was saying, or with powdered metallurgy, or something else. Honestly, I think maybe the cheapest and best way to do this would be, you die cast this housing out of aluminum, and then you powdered metallurgy a sintered bronze bushing, oil impregnated, that has this internal shape to it, right? And it just has a round outside, and you just press the round outside into the housing. I think that would be the cheapest way of doing this. But it gets, it's a lot more complicated. It's the cheapest if you're making thousands of them, maybe millions. I don't know. Let's see. Brain could do everything out of steel to save on labor and still leave the low price, but you really think of it. Yeah. You get ready-made needle bearing race of that size? No. Well, oh, I see what you're saying. You know what? I didn't even consider maybe using a needle roller bearing race. That's an interesting idea. I don't know. Maybe, but the fact that I can customize the amount of pins here, is why I did this. I don't know. Also, Reptile, at the point of, like, trying to save labor for this, you could definitely automate putting these pins in. It doesn't have to be done by hand. but it's just another option. Lay out the pins on tape and roll it up before inserting. Yes, there's a lot more, much easier options for this. Like, I can, if I'm not doing this for the camera and I just do it with my fingers, I can, like, slip them in and I can put them together in like, a couple minutes. It's not that bad. It just gets a lot harder because I'm trying to make it visible what I'm doing. Using a needle roller bearing race is very interesting, though. I think the cage on that... I don't know. It's an interesting one. Okay, but we now have this guy together, so now we can put our output stage in very carefully. There we go. It gets kind of stiff. We're gonna have to run it in a little bit before the tiny little motor can actually do it. Because this is a very close fit, but it does work. It does spin. Let's see. Oh boy, yeah, maybe I can't actually finish assembling all. Well, no, we can assemble these. I can assemble this one before we do anything else. I gotta lock in. Oh god, I almost just knocked over my other camera. Okay. Oops, that's still zoomed in. All right, let's put the bag of rice over there. Let's grab a motor. Not that one, though. Let's see, so we've got our stator. I said we've got our stator. Come here. There we go. We've got our stator here and our rotor. Okay. And now we need our we need a couple of things. We need a housing cover. What would be the easiest way to turn a bag of pins into a tape of them mechanically? I don't think a tape would necessarily be the easy. Well, it'd be a pretty easy way of doing it. But the way that I would do it is use a vibratory table, like the part feeding table things, that would also align it, and then you would just shoot it into like essentially just a PTFE tube for like a Bowden tube for a 3D printer. You would just get them all aligned like that into one that's like precisely the right size, and then have a robot that could just go boom, 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 for all 36 of them. Just drop it in. That's how I would do it. But you know, there might be easier ways of doing it. Yeah, same way they pack nails for nail guns. Similar thing. Okay. So the output cover, sorry, input cover, housing cover. I got there in the end. This guy serves a couple of functions. Let's zoom. This serves a couple of functions. Number one, it obviously houses the, covers the housing. It finishes it up, seals it. It's not a perfect seal, but it's sealed enough. Let's actually take this out so I can show you. Okay. It does two things. You'll notice, actually, if I let's switch back to the microscope. You'll notice that on the front side, we have all 6 of these all 6 of these holes are tapped. I don't know how visible that is, but all 6 of them are tapped. They're tapped M2. And over here, only 4 of them are tapped. And the other 2 are dowel pinholes. And so what those do is if we take the same dowel pins that we used for the output stage, and we've got an ad brake, of course. And we just slide them into these holes. It lets us... Hold on. It's a lot easier. It's actually going to be easier to press them in. It's a very tight fit. Hold on. There we go. So we put the dowel pins... Actually, let me put a second one in so it's balanced. These two dowel pins have the function of aligning the input cover. Ah, fuck. Tiny little holes. Fuck. I keep interrupting myself. Shit. Stop moving. Hold on. What if I just hit you with a hammer? Hold on. I'm gonna tap these into place a little bit before I start talking and explaining what they do. There we go. Wow, hammer is actually way easier than a vise for that. Okay, so son of a I'm a mess. So, okay, there we go. What these two dowel pins do that we just tapped into place is they align with two reamed holes on this plate. And I believe, let's see, they're very close in size to the other holes, but I believe it's these two. Yes. And so the reason it does that is the having two dowel pins, hitting things with the hammer is usually a good way of stopping them from moving. That's so true. I use the same thing in real life, for people too. And now it doesn't want to go. Oh, there it goes. Oh, and now I can't get it off. Ah, shit. I accidentally just pressed it into place and now I can't get it out. Ow! Well, ow. I got it out. I just stabbed myself in the process. Fine. Okay. The two dowel pins align this cover plate, which then aligns the input stage to the center of the gearbox. The problem I had with V0 is that I did not have any way of aligning the input to where it's supposed to be. And so I had to, like, do some funky bullshit to make it work, and it didn't really work. And I would not recommend it. So, instead we're doing this. I kind of bent that when I pulled it off. That sucks. Why is this such a pain in the ass? Hold on. I hope that made a little bit of sense. I don't know if it did. So, let's see. What we need to do... I don't know how to show this on camera, because it's so small and finicky. We'll see how this goes. Nice and shiny. Ah! Come on. There we go. Okay. So, we've got these comically small bearings. Those are not the bearings. Where are they? Here they are. Okay, itty bitty bearings. Right here. And then this bearing has a 1.5 millimeter ID. And then we press it into that, just with our fingers. Ah! Shitballs. Oh, wow, the bearing actually stayed in place. That's kind of crazy. I just dropped it on the floor. I thought it was going to fall out. So that bearing aligns the stator with the... oh, words are hard. Words are really hard. Bearing aligns the stator. Okay? And then that aligns the input, if that makes sense. I don't think it does. I think it's been too long and I'm losing my shit. How do I show this on camera? Ah, I didn't think this far ahead. Okay. So we plop this guy through this. Okay. So that just should just spin freely through the... well, it's supposed to go through the bearing freely, and it doesn't, because it hates me and everything I stand for. Maybe this shaft is a little bit oversized. I think it is. Let me grab a different one. Okay. So, shaft through bearing, shaft through stator, aligning the stator to the housing. And then the housing gets aligned, or sorry, the cover, aligning the stator to the cover. Then the cover gets aligned to the housing via the two dowel pins that I tried to show you earlier. We're getting there. We're getting there in the end. Using these tiny little M1.4 screws. Just gonna dump a couple of them into there. You know, I think actually, I think we actually do have to pause because call it a day because it is too damn hot. I am losing my mind. I think I've been doing this for too long. So let's go ahead and find someone to raid. I will look into Alusil and some of that other stuff later because that sounds interesting to play with. And yeah, Fried Alien. Hello, goblins. Welcome on in. Or were you here earlier? I don't know. I am cooked. I am being boiled alive by this. Oh wait, shit, we hit over 400 followers today. Dude, that's awesome. I didn't even realize. Okay, that's pretty cool. Been lurking? Well, hey, I appreciate you. Tastes like chicken? I don't know. We'll find out. Actually, no. Ideally, we don't find out. Ideally, we don't find that one out. We don't have to find that out. Let's see who's live. Ty is live. Harley is live. Soy Milk is live. Jane is live. What kind of goal is 410 followers? Wait, does it say 410 followers? It automatically does those. That's really funny. I didn't know that. Maybe it's like, oh, this guy grows followers so slowly. Let's just set it close. Let's set it to 410. Yeah, let's go ahead and let's raid into Ty. Okay, start raid. Okay, let's see. Raid. What else what do I do here? Well, thank you for this. Well, thank you for coming by, Nutson. I appreciate it. Let's see. Fried alien raid. Yeah. There we go. That's our raid message. How do I still have 31 viewers? This was such dog shit. Okay, well, I'll take it. I appreciate you all coming. I know it's been a long time since I've done this. I promise to maybe, possibly be better prepared next time. Maybe. We'll see. But yeah, thank you all very much, and I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.